marching clear in the haze. No fear, no doubt, no cautious grind. He's got that edge, that gamer's mind. Duke leads the charge, you're part of the quest. So hit that sub and ride with the best. Ride with the Duke, let the anthem play. We taking over stream by stream, day by day. Legends are born in the fire and dark, and Duke Marshall's flame is the brightest spark. Whoa! Streams live gang with long live the Duke. Play. Pixels burn bright like a digital dream. Victory's close, can you feel that spark? Duke Marshall's here, and he's leaving his mark. And he's leaving his mark. Chat blowing up, got the squad on deck. We moving with power, we earning that check. FPS to fantasy, every world he slays. Marshall's marching clear in the haze. No fear, no doubt, no pause, just grind. He's got that edge, that gamer's mind. Duke leads the charge, you're part of the quest. So hit that sub and ride with the best. No fear, no doubt, no pause, just grind. He's got that edge, that gamer's mind. Duke leads the charge, you're part of the quest. So hit that sub and ride with the best. Ride with the Duke. Live! Round with the Duke. Lights up, game's on, time to spark the flame. Duke Marshall's live, you know the name. From the shadows to the top, watch the legend grow. Every string's a battle, every move's a show. Game's on, time to spark the flame. Duke Marshall's live, you know the name. From the shadows to the top, watch the legend grow. Every stream's a battle, every move's a show. So lock in, chat, get ready to fly. We're taking no L's when the Duke rides high. The kingdom's calling, it's time to stand. With the controller in hand and the crown on the brand. Ride with the Duke, yeah, we're storming the scene. Pixels burn bright like a digital dream. Victory's close, can you feel that spark? Duke Marshall's here and he's leaving his mark. Deck. We moving with power, we earning that check. FPS to fantasy, every world he slays. Marshall's marching clear in the haze. No fear, no doubt, no pause, just grind. He's got that edge, that gamer's mind. Duke leads the charge, you're part of the quest. So hit that sub and ride with the best. Ride with the Duke, let the anthem play. We taking over stream by stream, day by day. Legends are born in the fire and dark, and Duke Marshall's flame is the brightest spark. Streams live gang with long live the Duke. Pixels burn bright like the anthem play. Pixels burn bright like a digital dream. Victory's close, can you feel that spark? Duke Marshall's here, and he's leaving his mark. And he's leaving his mark. Chat blowing up, got the squad on deck. We moving with power, we earning that check. FPS to fantasy, every world he slays. Marshall's marching clear in the haze. No fear, no doubt, no pause, just grind. He's got that edge, that gamer's mind. Duke leads the charge, you're part of the quest. So hit that sub and ride with the best. No fear, no doubt, no pause, just grind. He's got that edge, that gamer's mind. Duke leads the charge, you're part of the quest. So hit that sub and ride with the best. Ride with the Duke. Live! down with the Duke. Lights up, game's on, time to spark the flame. Duke Marshall's live, you know the name. From the shadows to the top, watch the legend grow. Every string's a battle, every move's a show. Lights up, game's on, time to spark the flame. Duke Marshall's live, you know the name. From the shadows to the top, watch the legend grow. Every string's a battle, every move's a show. So lock in, chat, get ready to fly. We're taking no L's when the Duke rides high. The king.
That's a strange one. There we go. We're in. Well, we're in, but we're in front of the camera. Oh, I can see a nappy bag right behind me there. That's good. That's good aesthetics. Yeah. Good evening, sir. I am very conscious that there's a nappy bag behind me. Yeah, I'm not doing that. It's too much effort. It's too hard. But no, we're... The admin. The key points. Groundskeeping. Housekeeping. Groundskeeping. Well, I suppose technically it would be groundskeeping because we're on the farm, so it kind of works. This could take us years at 2 hours an episode. It could be. Well, I think you sort of said that you weren't gonna play anymore unless we made it interesting. So I would say this has made it somewhat interesting. Certainly did. We got 20 challenges in total, and we're keeping a track of each one that has been ticked off so far and the ones that are currently being ticked off. So for example, ones that I've got right now that I've done is I've got 100 animals of any type. That's chickens that I've ticked off that one. Last week I used the train to sell goods. That was when I harvested I think it was oats or something. I used the train to sell those. That was a nice easy one to tick off. And $50,000, or the first $50,000 to be earned using only contract jobs, which had to be done before anything else was done. So that there's this. Tonight I need to get that field ploughed. Honestly, I spent half my time last week just trying to get this field ploughed, and I've still got so much more to do as well. And that's not even the worst of it. I've still got to cultivate it and fertilize it and seed it and roll it. So that could be what I'm spending most of my night doing. What about yourself? What are you aiming towards? think as well for me, I'd like to buy another field, but I mean, I don't know. You know, that's a tough one because I don't want to go too far into debt, but I'm probably gonna have to just to be able to move on a little bit. I think that's yep. Yep, I took out loans. Not loans. I've got one loan, but it is mostly for the vehicles that I own currently. So that would be for the cultivator, uh, the mulcher, the seeder, and also the harvester. I think I bought as well. So I've gone a fair way into a couple 100,000 into debt just to get all of that stuff, but that's to kind of set me up for other stuff going forward. So that's going to hopefully help me get more money by doing contracts, which will help me buy fields or help me buy other stuff that I need to then progress. So it's like short term pain for long term gain. That's what I'm hoping for. I thought you were going to say, let's go farming. Let's go farming. We are sad. Well, I'm not even in the thing, so there you go. But we've got the time. Still got 4 more minutes if we want to do a more preamble. We can introduce to our farms that we have currently. So I'm going to say goodbye to you, Mr. Like Coach Beard looking like that. But this is my farm where I'm at currently. It's actually night time, which is different. And as you can see, actually it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. This is my one field. I have my chickens over there. Getting started straight away. Getting into it. Let's do it. What do we want? This field to be ploughed. When do we want it? Last week. Well, here we go. First ploughing of the night. Really should have bought a bigger plough, but that's really neither here nor there at this point. So we're actually allowing ourselves a bit of extra time this week because we got it all sorted before the 5-minute countdown. So we've got an extra 3 minutes this week. What have I done here? I'm kind of hoping that once this is ploughed, the rest of it will be quite easy, fertilizing and cultivating and seeding. But I know what I've decided I know what I'm gonna plant, which was half the battle. So I'm gonna go for sunflowers because that's part of one of the objectives is to harvest and turn them into oil. So that's I decided that just as I came on tonight. I sort of was going to get a game plan together. Didn't happen. So I'm kind of just winging it at this point. she said. It's got the solar panels. And the big vehicle shed too. You got the vehicle shed. Early doors. So that's what I think. I don't think I have a harvester anymore. I must have got rid of it when I was doing their contracts or something, or when I leased it. Do it. What are your thoughts on that? Where are you up to? Like, is it still early on, or? Yeah. Oh, he is. He's definitely useless. But it's kind of part of the fun of it, you know. Yeah. It doesn't get any better. They're in season 4 at the moment, and it's same. What are you doing? Oh, one of us. One of us. There we go. This field is now ploughed. It didn't take half as long as I thought it was going. We're going to drop this off right here. Yeah, you've always been able to have that. You can have radio in the tractor. Maybe have an up-to-date tractor. Cooking. I think the issue is that we're going to find is I'm going the wrong way, which doesn't help either. Am I going the wrong way? Yeah, I was going the wrong way. Is it like, so you've got grass on your field and I've got seeds on mine. There's going to be a point where we're going to have to go the other way, and we're both going to have to do the opposite at some point as well. No, that's what I mean. I was like eventually we're buying on the field or whatever we do, but we're going to have to. We're eventually both going to have to do the same sort of things, just in different time frames. Alright, what have I got down here? It's ready to. I got me cultivating. didn't get a fertilizer. Oh no, I did. It's over there. I need to fertilize first, I think. I guess the other question is, do I own any fertilizer? And I can't fill it because it's liquid. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I have to buy some. Which unfortunately means I think I'm going to have to take out a loan again. For the tiniest bit of fertilizer. Oh, it might be okay. No, we're not okay. Oh. We're currently 260,000 in the hole. Actually, we get 2. That should be fun. 2 of them. So 1,000, 1,000. 2 of those. Buy those. There we go. Alright. Refill. Refill. Righto. Right, fertilizing shouldn't take too long because it just spreads it everywhere. And it's also going to help with building the funds back up as well, I think. Oh, that would be annoying. You know what? I'm going to go through here because I can and it's not going to affect me. Oh, it is going to... Oh, no, it's not. I thought I'd mess it up again. I thought I was going to have to jump the river again. No, definitely not. No. Oh, this is marvellous. Marveluso, you might say. Alright. I'm excited. I've got a couple of weeks off work coming up. Regardless of what it's for. I'm excited to be able to breathe again. Said to or one of the guys at work, they were like the boss has been off sick the last few days, and he's taking tomorrow off as well. And I said, speaking of days off, I'm going to need to take Tuesday off. And they were like, oh yeah, and I said, oh, and also the week and a half after that too. And they all like celebrated like we won the fucking Champions League. Yeah, but I felt like telling them to calm down. Like, it was really awkward. Excited to go to the gym again. Being able to eat without getting out of breath. And the funny thing is, on the so next Saturday we're going out for sushi with Mendy's brother and his partner, and it's like $50 per person, but it's all you can eat. Yeah, but it's like Mandy's like, "Are you going to be okay? You're not going to want to eat much." And apparently, like, because she told her parents I was having the surgery, and her dad was like, "He doesn't eat with his nose." Yeah, well, it was like, like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm sure I'll be fine. Like, if I said, even if I'm in pain, I'll just take painkillers with me. It's not the end of the world. I'm still gonna eat. I'll be able to smell and taste it all properly again. It was, the phone call was so funny. Like, when I rang them up, and I was just like, "Oh, I just want to check," like, because I'm just paranoid that I was just not on the list anymore. And she's like, as soon as I told her my name and stuff, she's like, just hang on a minute. And I'm like, "Oh fuck, here we go." And she's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Oh, like, I might have one, but just give me a minute. I'll let you know." I'm like, "All right." She's like, it comes back. She's like, "Yeah, I just need to check. Just give me 2 more minutes." I'm like, "Okay." Standing around. I'm like, it comes back. It's like, yeah, just 2 more minutes. I'm like, "Fuck, mate, like, what are you looking for?" And she's like, "How much notice do you need?" I'm like, "How much notice do you want to give?" And she's like, "No, but I literally have one on Tuesday." I'm like, "That's fine. I'll take it." And she's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yes. I'm not. Like, whatever's happening, I will. It can wait." Yeah. And she. Yeah. He's so useless with that. Have you seen the bit where he's like he's trying to do it while they're moving? Fuck. That's what gave, like, when we used to do it when we were moving. I'm like, I'd just seen him do that, and I'm like, it can't be that hard, surely. I think the problem was is he was trying to overcomplicate it. You must be pretty far in season one then, because that's towards the end, I reckon. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, just some of the shit he comes out with as well is just like, fucking hell. But I like it how he, like, gets put back in his place so much. But apparently, when it first started, he basically did it as a bit of a piss take. It's like, I don't know anything about farming. Ah, fuck it, it'll be right. But then, sort of, as he started to do it more and more, he actually started to care. What's going on here? There we go. Yeah. I mean, you start to realise how hard it is for everyone else as well, like, who's going through the same stuff. One of the best lines in it is, like, he goes and gets, like, a ploughman's lunch for the lady who helped him with the sheep or whatever. And she's like, the lady at the counter's like, that'll be 70 whatever pounds. He's like, you what? This is before he's got the shop. And she's like, would you like a receipt? He's like, yeah, because no one will believe me. I think it's, it might be season 3, there's a pretty sad episode in it. Like, it's not even anything really that bad, it's just more, it just sort of demonstrates farm life, I guess. Yeah, but he sent those off to the abattoir, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, the lambs, yeah. Yeah, it really does highlight like what it's like on a farm, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I would. There was a part on one of the episodes as well. I think it was towards the end of season 1, maybe. And he's got this brand new cultivator type thing. And he's driving it, and he smacks it on the telegraph pole. I remember watching that the first time, going, "I've got that one on Farming Sim." It's like sad. I just realised that I don't know if the seeder that I've got is going to be able to do sunflowers. If not, that's fine, I'll do something else, but it's just, I can't remember. You know when you've got a funny comeback to something that someone says, you go, I don't know if I should say that or not. Yeah, well, it was kid at soccer tonight, and he wasn't listening. And I sort of turned around to him and I said, "What? You decided like your listening ear is not working tonight?" And I've really had to stop myself from going, "It's fucking big enough, mate." I was in such a mood because they weren't listening. I was like, I can't say that, he's only 7. Yeah. Yeah, I can say it'll just be the one time though. Before I get fired and reported to the authority or to the association or whoever. No one. Because there's no training next week. I've decided. But there's also no game next week, so it kind of worked out well. So we've got a bye next week, so yep, this week is away, apparently, at Parafield Gardens. And then there's no training Wednesday, no game, and then we're back again the following week. I think. Yeah. Well, they said it's going to be a 2 week recovery, so you should be right on the top end of that by the time the next game's played. And the nurse on the phone was like, "You could be here all day waiting, so maybe bring a book or something." I was like, "I was going to anyway. I'm gonna be there overnight. I'm not letting myself just watch normal TV. Fuck that for a joke." Yeah, they're gonna run me through all that on Friday apparently. So how long I've got to fast for, which is a shame because I'm really slow, so I'm not sure that it's gonna work for me. It's gonna be less than that. It'll be if it's not by lunchtime. It's fucking lunchtime. Put food in my belly. Oof. Yeah, it's always what they seem to do. Like they've done that when we've been in there as well. Like when we've gone in, and they're like, "Oh, the kitchen's closed, but I can get you like a couple of cheese sandwiches," and I'm just like, "Yeah, whatever." Never say no to a cheese sandwich. No, I meant for Austin. I'm like, "Woman, bring me a cheese sandwich." Yeah, well, thanks for listening. Thanks, Kimbo, for lurking. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome into the Firm Farming Challenge. Episode 3 of 752-ish. I was going to send you a post today that my mate from England shared, right? Because I thought you'd be quite jealous. So he's a Newcastle fan as well. And it looks like he's just done a tour of the stadium. He's had a picture of him in front of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, probably helps that the access is there a lot easier. It's easier for him to go up there than you to get there, I guess. When we take off as massive streamers, we'll be all over. We'll be doing a world tour, and we'll go and do all that. Yeah, well, stranger things have happened, I'm sure. Just do the ones where they're like, what's it called? Did anyone give you a nickname in school, and if so, why? It started popping up on my feed again the other day. Apparently it's been, speaking of things keep popping up on your feed, it's been 15 years apparently since, if my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. Yeah, I don't know if he, yeah, well, when the Queen, yeah, the Gordon and that, yeah, he, well, when the Queen died, that those two, I think they got fired from doing that job, so they weren't allowed to. Yeah, yeah, it was like sexual harassment or something. But then a lot of people, it sort of went away. I think people might have said that it was taken out of context or something. Yeah. And Philip Schofield, but he got fired because he was done for having a relationship with a guy who worked there, but also I think was underage at the time. It was really weird though, because about a year before he came out as gay, and then like that, then all this other stuff started to come out. So I reckon he must have been a bit scared that something was going to come out for him to start announcing stuff. I don't know. Yeah. Not that that makes it okay to have a relationship with a minor, but you know. Maybe he thought in his mind, he's like, oh, this will lessen the blow. It doesn't quite work that way, mate, unfortunately. I wonder if I can have liquid fertilizer in this thing. If I can, I think I'm onto a winner. Oh, I don't have fertilizer. Okay, good to know. That probably means I have to do a second round. Alright, what can I put in here? Wheat, barley, oat, canola, long way rice. I can't do sunflowers. Bastard. What can I actually do? Because we've got seasonal growth on, so I need to know what I can actually put in. Canola is good. Canola it is, I guess. Seen as well this week that the old Storage King people are off on their conference this week, and they're bragging about well, one of them in particular, it's the only one I'm friends with still on Facebook, but she's bragging about oh, we're at the Gold Coast, we're doing this, and I just felt like going, it's a shame you're all a bunch of cunts. Oh, really? Oh, that would explain why there was one of the guys in the picture who used to work for them at Seaford, but then he left because they... oh, that's not seeds, are you kidding me? He left because they turned it into a different brand. But then he's obviously back with them now or something. He must be working that one. St. Mary's was getting rebranded into Rumia because it was owned by Storage Investments Australia or something, and it started to happen because Beverly got done That's where Dave went to work. He went to work for them. And then, so after that, then there was like Seaford was the next one, and then that was starting to happen just as I was politely asked to leave. And then St Mary's was going to be next, but that one wasn't due for like a year or two after that, because it took him 6 to 8 months to get everything or even started for the next one. So they must have just decided to build a new one. But I know that Abacus, who owned Woodville and Windsor Gardens, apparently they were pumping shit tons of money into it for SA. Although I've driven past Woodville a couple of times and it still hasn't changed, despite what they said was going to happen. Every time I've driven past, I've seen Paul's car in the car park. I'm like, I should just go in and say hello, but I don't know. It'd feel weird, I think, if I went in. I don't think I'd be able to resist the urge to not kick something. Not well. I don't have any seeds, so I have to buy some. But yeah, I thought I had some, but it turns out I don't, which is a bit disappointing. But I'm back at the store, ready to buy some seeds and get into it. Okay. What are you doing instead? So you gonna tell me, or? So tell me then. It's not a secret. Okay. Don't tell me that. I don't give a shit. Well, if you're gonna have to kill me if you tell me anyway, and it's a fight to the death, then I don't really think you're gaining anything by. No, I didn't. I thought you were making a weird noise for no apparent reason. I was gonna check on you to make sure you weren't having a stroke or something. Alright, my cedar is filled. Let's go plant some cannoli oli. So what's your plan then? Oh, you've got offline. What's happened there? Are you there? Joe Monday has just disappeared. I guess I don't know if I can pause the timer. What have we got? 1 minute, 1 hour 27. I can't pause it. I better just message to make sure he's. We did allow ourselves a couple extra minutes, so it kind of works well, I suppose. disappeared from Discord now. The only thing I can assume is the computer has just shut itself down. Which is probably not ideal. Okay, internet has pooped itself. Here we go, yep. I can hear you. I was just saying it was like really random because you were there and then you weren't. So I've just kind of, I don't know if your game's stopped as well, but I've just sort of stopped doing whatever. Just to make it fair. No, it's not. The stream. That's how I knew, because the stream just went to offline. I'm like, hang on a minute, what's going on there? So is this part of the plan? Is it? It might be a bit of a two-parter. Your one. It's always the kids. Yeah. Certainly can. And your stream is back up as well, so... But it's frozen again. Jesus. I know when the kids are like, well, this is how you fix it. For you a hot dog? I think your internet's still playing up. Yeah, it's just like your pin's like really bad at the moment. It's really random as well, because yours doesn't really ever have any issues. will be right back shortly. We're just experiencing some technical difficulties with the other stream, so just waiting. Currently, the timer is still going because I don't know how to pause it. It also looks like it's still having issues, so maybe a case of resetting the router, which is the stream's gone offline again over there, so that's not ideal, obviously. I suppose we may also end up having to call this one early, potentially. Which would be a shame. I mean, we could always potentially carry it on another day and do like a half an episode or something. Yes. I was just going to say, potentially, we may have to, depending on how it goes, but we may have to call it and do like a, call it in half an episode and do another half another time, if it continues. Well, everything's not lagging like it was before, so it does look like things are kind of happening as they should. YouTube is currently live for you. I think it completely stopped it from what I could tell. It looks like he was joined back in. That's what it was telling me anyway, so that's good in that regard as well. Are we ready to... Are you... I'll wait for you to get into your machines and then we'll continue on. Cool. Alright, on we go. That was a slight technical hitch, but we're back on the tractors. Ah, here you go. Lucky, very lucky timing. If it was like 2 minutes before, nothing would have happened, because it would have said you're online, but you would have gone and reset your set your thing. Here we go. We got canola in the cedar. That's not as it's not really as wide as I was hoping it was, but we're moving pretty quickly, so I'm happy with that. That would be very awkward. Because fuck the AI. No, I can't get me. Oh, come on, it's not rocket science. There we go. It's filling up. So what you never actually told me in the end either, because you kind of cut out. But what was your plan that you're not allowed to tell me? Well, I'm pretty close to having a. I'm hoping 100% yield field, which when that harvest will be another challenge crossed off. I've got a long time to go yet for that, because I've got to actually let it grow first. Well, as I always say, there's still a long way to go. Marathon was never decided in the first mile. We're starting to get eggs being made too. We got a stack of eggs. And the good thing is as well, so even when this challenge is finished, we can do another map, or we can do different challenges, and it can be like an ongoing thing if that's what we wanted to do, which is kind of cool. Do we get invited to be on Ballers League? Not yet, but one day. I'll go and be on Big Meek's team. Chris Jericho. Yeah, because it is a bit of a grind, to say the least. I think they're doing the Super League first on that one. And we've got Age of Empires Fridays as well. We're starting to get together a bit of a schedule, like a consistent schedule of the same things every week. I don't know, I don't like it. Take it back. Like we start to do Fortnite on Mondays, just randomly. And then maybe one day, when we get the facilities, we will maybe stream our golf. Potentially. Or darts, yeah, darts. There's no one. Can you see in the behind me? I've got my dartboard. It's not up, but it's there. Above my that shoulder. It's lying down. Yeah. It's just lying down on the thing until I find somewhere to put it up. Which I'm thinking will be in the garage, to be honest. Gonna try and start cleaning that out this weekend. Jesus, so we've got a long time yet. I'm just gonna run straight through this bit here. It doesn't look like it. But it says we're streaming together. Did I not click it again? Oh, no I didn't. Whoops, my bad. Just a rookie. Yeah. There we go. Now I'm starting again. That's like next week. Is that our season? Ah, Super League ends August. Ah, I see, okay. That was not fun. I think I'm still kind of, yeah. That's my issue with it at the moment. Is I'm very tentative about playing anything because I'm just like, I don't want it to end up being the same. For now, you never know with the internet. It can be a bit fickle sometimes. Yeah, and things are looking pretty good. Yeah. Catch you later. On the club side. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm just saying it didn't sound as cool as I thought it would in my head. Whoa. Well, that's still a long way to go in this one. Provided it doesn't get cut off by the powers that be. Who knows these days?
This is the way.
Ah, thanks for the follow, Captain Deadly Sniper. How are you doing? Doing well, thanks. Thanks for stopping in. Welcome into the Firm Farm Challenge, Episode 3. It was originally called my Plowing Predicament, but as you can see, the predicament is no longer. However, we're about to enter the title that's going to be for Episode 4. Something about financial burden. I can see it happening. Doing well. That's good to hear. Let's so we're live currently on Twitch and on YouTube as well. Just doing this challenge. We've got 20 challenges that we have to try and do. I'm currently working on getting a field to 100% yield, which is currently at 97. Fucking hell. That means I gotta go get a roller. I gotta get a roller. So I'm gonna rent one. I'm gonna buy one. Store all the grain. Where is my... There. Get that one. Release it. Alright, let's go pick up this this thing, and then that should see us to 100%. And then I can have that one provisionally ticked off, because when it comes time to harvest, it will already be ready. That's a lot of grain. Oh, I see what you're doing. I think. Does it have to? Does it have to be your grain? Okay. So you can't just harvest a field, put it in there, and be like, "I got my 100,000," and then just sell it for the contracts that you're doing. No, but so are you flipping the fields or? Is it? Okay. Maybe. So you are essentially spending money to buy fields, whether you're flipping them or not. It's always the best way. Make it the bank's problem. But Your Honour, they said I could pay it back in terms that suited me, not them. Ah, I didn't hear that, sorry. How bad would it be if it only held like 50,000? How annoyed would you be? Let's get this party started. On any night, doesn't matter. The party just has to be started. It doesn't even look like it's rolling it. Oh, it kind of does, I guess. You know, like when some of the like the harvesting, not the harvesting, the seeding and the roller patterns look the same. It just looks like that at the moment. Alright, let's go this. Well, that's the wrong way. I didn't want to do that. Whee! Here we go. So when this is rolled, the yield should be at 100%. Which will mean that until, well, it won't mean I've passed the challenge, but it'll mean that I've basically got one in the bank, which is good. I keep turning the wrong way because I'm an idiot. Yeah. So that's sort of the hard work done, I guess, for that challenge. I figure if I get it done early, then I can sort of put my focus towards other things. Sort of like what, I guess to a degree, what you've sort of done this week. Just focus on things a bit more attainable early, you know, or maybe further down, but you can put them into play sooner rather than later, I guess. So when I have finished rolling this one, I'm gonna put a little note in the challenge thing next to this one to say that just for like when you say with like the comment with the recap when we do it next time. Just so I've got it, so I remember. But this has basically been my entire night is just working on this field. I just had a little bit before and it tasted fruity and I was like, what the fuck, I don't remember having any fruit recently. I remembered I had some lemon Madeira cake. So that's what I could taste was the lemon. Cake indeed. Guess who doesn't love cake? Nobody ever loves cake. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I'm much more of a biscuit kind of person. Yeah, if there's cake there, I'll eat it, but I don't generally buy them unless there's like a reason to. But I could devour a packet of biscuits. I can't help myself. I think we're going to have to add it up over the time. Okay. Does it tell you? It wouldn't. I don't know. Yeah, you'd think there would be. There should be like a, I don't know if there is, but there should always be like a menu of like, this is how you've made all your money, and like break it down into like how it was all made. Turn that. Alright. I don't want that. Alright, so we have got a field of 100% yield bonus. That is there. So that's a provisional tick in the box. So that one's all good. What have we got over here? That is... So that looks like... I should just use a tractor really, shouldn't I? Okay. Alright. So I'm just going to add this into here. What was the other thing? Harvest one field. Here we go. Alright, that's my comment in there. Okay. What else? Oh dear. Sounds like their fault, to be honest. Always. Silos. I didn't know how to stop it now, so I just kind of let it go. But I think because we started at basically 2 hours and 5, it kind of almost works out. So I think we're about 5 minutes extra maybe, but how much have we got to store? 300,000. Fuck. $300,000 liters, but the hayloft only stores 250,000. The grass. Can you store it in a silo? Where are you storing yours? Ah, yeah, that's right. So does that not count towards your amount? What would you... Okay. No, probably not. Alright. Now it's time to try and make some of this money back. So we now own 2 fields. And we have a loan of $500,000. Ah, fuck. Losing money. It's time to start making it back. That's not as wide as I thought. I probably would have been better off using my own. I just doing a contract and I leased it, so yeah. Well, we run it at a pretty decent speed, so it's not too bad. It's probably a little bit wider than mine, but the tractor's also bigger, which helps. I need to. I've maxed out my credit. I know. You might say it's all part of the grand plan, of which there isn't really one, but trying to figure something out. This is going to try and give me that step up, I guess. What sort of farm are you running? Cow, sheep, or a crop farm? So currently we are. Our challenges sort of allows us to do a bit of everything. So we have challenges that relate to animals, crops as well. We've also got other things like grass, and solar panels and all sorts of other stuff. So there's a little bit of mixture of everything in there. Predominantly, though, I think it's going to be crops for the money and the harvesting side of things. I've just spent my full 500,000 loan, so now I'm trying to make some of that back before I go on to the next things. We've got just over half an hour to go as well. Well, just under 40 minutes, I should say, is probably more likely. So anything that you want to start doing, I suppose you start doing it now. I feel like I may have taken off too much with this contract. Although I'm nearly 15% of the way through, so it's not been too bad. What a perfect semicircle. The plan is to run a crop farm for a bit, then run a cow farm. Just cut me off, you donut. I think, did we try to have cows at one point? No, we do have cows on the other one, don't we? Yeah, you've got to make sure they're fed properly all the time. So you've got to have a mixer, and you've got to have the right foods and the right things that you can give to them. It is a bit tricky, but they produce a lot of milk, so it's if you've got the right cows, obviously. Yeah, I think there's some that you can get and then you just sell them for a profit. Like, they don't actually produce anything, but you just sell them and they make money for you. Could be wrong though. We're a fifth of the way through this one. It feels like I haven't even touched the edges. What kind of crops would you be running, do you reckon? I think it's really easy to go soybeans and things like that because they're the ones that are worth the most. I always thought doing olives and grapes would be a bit of fun. But there's a lot. I think there's a lot of effort that goes into that too. What's the best one to start off with? I would say soybeans because they're worth the most. Easy to plant, easy to maintain. Maybe you don't really maintain them; they just do their own thing. Harvester is the same as it is with the oats and the wheat and stuff like that. And yeah, when you sell them, if you've got the right time of year, they're worth the most amount of money generally. So very easy. And I think that's what we had most of our bigger fields, especially. That's how we made a lot of our money, was just through redoing soybeans all the time. But if you've got production points as well, you can do things like sunflowers and canola, which you can then turn into oil, and the oil sells for a lot more than the crops themselves. So that's what we started to do as well. You buy the production points. It's actually moving pretty quickly, this tractor. I don't mind it. And it's leaving nice smooth lines as well. How are you going over there on your field? I think when the time comes, there's going to be a lot of challenges being ticked off pretty quickly, like one after the other. We are just over half an hour away from the end of the episode. Still a lot of time. I mean, half an hour is a long time, really. Problem is, as well, as I'm not going to be able to hang around and do all the editing. Really, I've got to. You'll probably do the same, to be honest, after the day you've had. I was thinking I might just do. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Probably do it tomorrow or while I'm at work or something. While I'm pretending to do work at work. I got woken up at 3 o'clock this morning by a screaming child. That's right. He was, it was funny though, because he was, well, it wasn't funny, but he was screaming. Because I put him into bed with Elliot, and he was asleep for most of the night. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's like screaming, I was like, carrying on, he's like, "Mummy, mummy, mummy," and I'm like, what? And he's like, "Mummy," and I'm like, "Yeah, do you want to go see mummy?" And he's like, "Yeah." But the thing was, like, I woke up, and I could just sort of I saw him, like, emerge from down the hallway, just get the shit out of me. I saw this bloody thing coming towards me, I'm like, oh shit. And then when he woke up again, at 6 o'clock, and he was, like, coming in asking for a bottle, and I said, "You're not having a bottle," he started hitting me, a little shit. It is a long game. Definitely a long game. You're sort of at that point where you've done what you were expecting to do, and now you've got time left over. That's part of the charm, though, isn't it? Fake it till you make it. Oof. I wonder if... Does the time continue after we finish because it's online? This guy could turn a circle on it too, this one. That's halfway there in this field pretty much, so should just about have it done by the time is finished. This is the same predicament as when I was ploughing. Just going, yeah, this will do. Without really thinking about what I'm doing. If in doubt, punch him out. I don't think that really applies to this situation though. Or maybe it does, I don't know. Oof. Chopping down trees. That is a massive tree. It's so big it didn't even fall down. This tree's just like, yeah, fuck you. Minutes to go. I'm 64% through this harvesting, cultivating as well, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this done. Surely I would be able to. Is that mine, is it? I can never tell. What is that jersey behind you? Is it Wrexham? Unfortunately, not. It is Rennes from France. That was my Football Manager save that I had. So we did really well. We were coming. I think we finished second in the league behind PSG. And in the season that's there currently, I think we're top. So I thought to celebrate, I'll buy myself a shirt. It's really nice. But I've also got, what have I got? I've got the Firm, I've got Holland, I've got Arsenal. I think there's a couple of Arsenal ones up there actually. Arsenal, Czech Republic, and Bayern Munich. I'm hoping to get a few more shirts in the future. But I wanted to get the new Bayern Munich shirt actually. That was quite a nice one. It was Rebel Sport had a 40% sale. They had some nice ones. I was going to get the Real Madrid one too, because that was quite nice. But I was going to wait to see if we beat them in the Champions League, and I never went back. But no, I think Wrexham was on our list, wasn't it, of shirts to get, but then they just became too expensive with shipping and everything. Yeah, they didn't have the right sizes. We couldn't. Yeah, we just couldn't get them. Real Madrid, please remind me who they buy recently. I don't know who did. Yeah, anyone really. Trent Alexander-Arnold. They didn't really buy him, and he's not there yet. Bellingham, Mbappe. I'm sure there's others. Apparently they're after David Raya. Yes, Mbappe. Didn't he end up top scorer for the league or something, but he still didn't really have that much of a good season, allegedly. Yeah. I think I watched some of it, because I don't know if they've still got it, but Optus Sport used to have it, so I'd have it on every now and then. Yeah. No, it'd usually be on like before the Premier League or something, but oh, I just put this on. It was always sunny, and then you go to like the Premier League and it's pissing with rain. Alright, let's try go this way. Whee. Are you a football fan there, Haven too? What world map is this? This is... what's it called? Hantai or something? Does it tell you? It should tell you the name of it, but yeah, it's Hontai or Hantai or something. It's a bit of a smaller map compared to some of the others. US map? No, it's I think it's the Asian one. Like the Japanese or something, I think. We've got 15 minutes left. What can we finish this with? 80% done on this field, so it's not too bad. Pretty happy. I want to get this finished before we finish. I can see he's driving off in the distance over there. Just running through the field. Everybody's shortcut. That's it. Although the ladies' yard that I ran through did not agree. Speaking of taking shortcuts and driving a bit crazy, my boss the other day went past me on the freeway, and I was already doing 120, and he must have been doing like 150. And he goes to me later on, he's like, "Oh, you were driving very safe on the freeway." And I felt like going, "Yeah, you weren't. I was waiting for the police to come out and get you." I was saying to myself, like, where's the police when you want them? Sometimes when you're in a rush, you have to take shortcuts. I think I'm just about going to get it done. I think. We're about to enter the final 10 minutes. How are we feeling about tonight so far? I say so far, towards the end. Would you say it's been a success? There we go. Looks good. The groundwork's being laid. Sort of the same to a degree. Like, I've put in some of the harder ones. I think that's going to be, they're not going to be ticked off shortly, but they're in line to be ticked off because the preparation's been done. And now it's just a case of trying to make back some of that money that I've used on loans to try and fund other things that I need to do. So I think it's going to be a case of trying to do contracts for a while to try and make that back. Um, I mean, yeah, I don't think it's been a failure, but it's maybe not necessarily been a success either. Sort of somewhere in the middle. There is one thing I want to check though before the timer finishes. And more just as a curiosity thing. And 98%, we're going to do it. This contract is going to be finished. There it is. Let's go and have a look down here. I also need to sort out this landscaping as well. Seven minutes in heaven, potentially. Have I got time to do that one? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we can always go back to start it next time round, I guess. What was the other one? 36. Right, I'm at least going to go and start this one. We'll see how far we get in 5 minutes. Probably not far, but you never know. I'm still getting bloody comments on Instagram. Yeah. I'm over 500,000 views now. I don't know about stardom. The price of attempting to be funny is probably more to the point. I also started writing a story the other day, just randomly. It's about a guy who makes his debut at the Royal Rumble. Basically, cracks a forbidden door type deal. No, it's like an AEW type forbidden door thing. Could be. It could be. It could be. Dude, every time I look at the clock, another minute's passed. Might be able to get a lap around here before we have to stop. I don't actually think I'm going to be able to do that, to be honest. But this will be where I start next time, I guess. Yeah, I mean, doesn't faze me either way. Either way, I'm still not going to get this finished. I've only just started it, so. And I will still be starting here next time, regardless of whether we do 5 or 10 minutes more, I would think. Because this field, I think I've done this field before, and I said the same thing last time, is I didn't realise how big it was. And I've done myself in again. Hey, chap dude. How are you doing, my buddy? Welcome in. You've joined us in the final minute countdown of episode 3 of the Firm Farm Challenge. Where money is apparently no object if you have plenty of backing from the bank. $40. Come on. I just want to get this one lap done so it's like a nice little frame around the field. And after that, I'll be happy. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. We're coming to 10 seconds to go. And we'll just finish this off and then time's done. Unless we do another 5 minutes. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, might as well. Reset the timer. So we go to, I don't know, say 11:50 just to round it off. Fucking hell, 11:50. How you doing? Getting late over there. It is getting late. I didn't even realise. It's 1:45 tomorrow. But we're doing alright, thank you. We had a bit of technical difficulties earlier on, but we got past it, and we're on a roll. how are you doing today? What am I doing here? Let's go this way and do that. I was going to have a shower before I go to bed, but I don't see that happening. Two more minutes. It'd be cool if you could get the timer to flash. When it's finished. I think I said this last week as well, but I just want to get a sound thing that's we put it in the Discord for like when the challenge is completed. It just says challenge completed. Probably get it done on that AI music thing. One more minute, although it'll probably be by the time I finish this this lap around.
This is the way.
Thanks for the follow there, Sayer Boy One. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us as we finish off our night. And that is it. The tools are being packed away. Tools down. As we finish up with episode 3. It's a better episode 3 than that of Star Wars, I would care to say. I'm just going to leave mine in the middle of the field, where I'm going to start next time. Lights off so we know that it's all finished. So yeah, I think overall not too bad. Not too bad at all. In terms of goals, nobody ticks anything off tonight by the looks of it. We're building. We are building. So I've got one in the bank already. I just need the crops to be grown. The field of 100% yield bonus needs to be harvested when the time comes, which is not going to be for a long time yet. We've also got the eggs produced and sold, which that's just going to take time regardless. And that's pretty much it. I've got 2 fields now instead of ones. That's the only other thing as well. So that's where I'm at with mine. How did you go? Seems like you've got some sheepies. Nice. I'm saying, what were you doing this morning? Were you cheating? Yeah. It'd be yeah, okay. I don't think you can, because when it's mowed, it's essentially hay or straw. Like, it's just kind of how it is, I think. This is going to be educational. It says grass on there anyway. Isn't that what we did on the other one? Was we just picked it up as grass and we put it in the hayloft? Oh, okay. That's a future problem. We might have to mod that to be like grass, hay, or straw. If it's the only way we can sort of store it. Because it all comes from the same thing. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. There'd have to be a... There'd have to be a Google thing, I think. Storing grass FS25. You can sell the grass by unloading your loading wagon at the barn. You can also discharge everything onto a big mound underground, but they'll quickly get large. You can buy the hay loft and store it in there if you turn it to hay. You can either spread the grass out while unloading, then run a tedder over it to collect it. Alternatively, fill it with 5% hay and then fill the remainder with grass. It will turn to hay. We don't want to turn it to hay. Yeah, and store it. Because otherwise, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna let anything happen. Yep. Done and indeed done. Yeah. Don't forget to go and check out the YouTubes afterwards where all the videos will be, and we will obviously, well, maybe we won't be back next Wednesday with another episode. Time will tell with that one. That might be a different day. But it could make for great content though. Oh dear. Indeed. Goodbye from me.